The secret war for Africa's oil, the real reason Biafra fell in 1967. History is always written by the victors, and for over 50 years, the world has been fed a very specific lie about the Nigeria-Biafra War of 1967. You have been told it was a tragic civil war. You have been told it was an unavoidable tribal conflict. But when you look past the propaganda and dig into the declassified geopolitical documents of the 1960s, a much darker, much more cynical truth emerges. The War of 1967 was not a civil war. It was a global proxy war, orchestrated by global superpowers fighting over the most valuable commodity on Earth. This is the untold geopolitics of the Biafran genocide. To understand 1967, you must understand 1956. That was the year oil was discovered in commercial quantities in Oloyebiri, in the heart of the eastern region. By the time the British were forced to grant Nigeria independence in 1960, they had a massive problem. The British Empire's economy was highly dependent on the oil being extracted by Shell BP, but almost all of that oil was located in the east. To protect their economic lifeline, the British rigged the political structure of the new country, ensuring that the political power was handed to the north, a region they found easier to control, while the wealth was drained from the east. When the pogroms began and the Easterners were slaughtered in their tens of thousands, General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu did the only thing a true leader could do. He declared the independent Republic of Biafra to protect his people. But in London, this was not seen as a human rights issue. It was seen as an economic emergency. If Biafra survived, Britain would lose its monopoly on the oil. They would have to negotiate with a highly educated, independent Biafran government on equal terms. The British government, under Prime Minister Harold Wilson, panicked. They made a cold, calculated decision. Biafra had to be crushed at all costs. What happened next is one of the most bizarre and sinister alliances in modern military history. It was the height of the Cold War. The British and the Soviet Union were mortal enemies, pointing nuclear weapons at each other. Yet, to crush Biafra, they teamed up. Britain secretly flooded the Nigerian military with millions of pounds of ammunition, rifles, and armored vehicles, while the Soviet Union supplied deadly MiG fighter jets and bombers. The two greatest superpowers on Earth joined forces to obliterate a newly formed, blockaded republic. Why? Because the Soviets wanted a foothold in Africa, and the British wanted the oil. Biafran soldiers weren't just fighting Nigeria. They were fighting the combined military-industrial complex of the world. When the global superpowers realized that the Biafran spirit could not be broken on the battlefield, when they saw the bravery of men fighting tanks with locally made weapons like the Ogbunigwe, they resorted to the ultimate war crime, starvation. The British government actively supported and advised the Nigerian state to enforce a total land, sea, and air blockade. They weaponized hunger. Over 2 million Biafran children, women, and men were starved to death. It wasn't an accident of war. It was a deliberate geopolitical strategy to secure oil fields. The Republic of Biafra was forced to surrender in 1970. But the truth of why it happened can no longer be hidden. The scars of that geopolitical betrayal remain today, but so does the spirit of the people. They tried to bury Biafra for the sake of crude oil, but they forgot they were burying seeds. Today, the movement is stronger, wiser, and louder than ever. The 1967 war was lost to global politics, but the future belongs to the truth. Subscribe to Biafra Uplift, share this video to expose the history they tried to hide, and stand with us as we march toward our inevitable freedom.